You wake up to silence. Not peaceful silence, wrong silence. The kind where your brain knows something is missing before you do. No traffic, no lawnmowers, no distant construction beeping, just nothing. You roll over. The bed is empty. Your husband's side is still warm. His phone is on the nightstand. His glasses, his clothes are folded on the chair, but he's gone. You call his name. No answer. You walk downstairs. The front door is open. The car is still in the driveway, but the driver's seat is empty. A cup of coffee is still steaming on the roof. He was about to leave for work, and then he wasn't. You step outside, and that's when the world ends. The first 5 seconds, every man driving a car, gone. The vehicles keep moving. On the highway 2 miles from your house, a semi-truck carrying 40,000 pounds of lumber drifts across 8 lanes. It hits a minivan driven by a woman taking her kids to school. The minivan explodes. The semi keeps going. It crashes into a gas station. The fireboard is 300 feet high. You feel the heat on your face. You're 2 miles away. Statistic: globally, 1.1 billion men were driving at the moment of disappearance. Their vehicles became 1.1 billion missiles. Estimated first-minute deaths: 800 million women and children. The first 30 seconds. Every man flying a plane, gone. Commercial jets, private planes, helicopters. At 37,000 feet, a Boeing 737 loses its pilot and co-pilot simultaneously. The plane banks hard left, then it noses down. It takes 90 seconds to hit the ground. It lands on a housing complex. 400 families, gone. Statistic: 9,700 commercial flights were in the air. Every single one crashed within 3 minutes. The first minute, you hear it. A sound you've never heard before. A low, deep rumble that doesn't stop. It's coming from everywhere. Car crashes, plane crashes, building collapses, transformers exploding, gas lines igniting. You cover your ears. It doesn't help. A school bus crashes into a telephone pole at the end of your street. The driver is gone. 30 children are inside. Some are screaming. Some are silent. You run toward it. By the time you get there, the bus is on fire. You pull a little girl out through the broken back window. Her leg is bleeding. She keeps asking for her dad. You don't tell her he's gone. You don't have the heart.
The industrial hell.
Minute 2. Every man working in a factory, gone. Assembly lines keep running. Conveyor belts keep moving. Industrial furnaces keep burning. But no one is there to monitor temperatures. No one is there to hit the emergency stop. A chemical plant 12 miles away loses pressure in a catalytic reformer. The safety alarms scream for 30 seconds. Then the vessel ruptures. A cloud of toxic gas spreads across the suburbs. People start choking in their kitchens, in their yards, in their cars. You don't know this yet. You just hear the explosion. Then another. Then another. Statistic: 47,000 industrial facilities worldwide experienced catastrophic failures within the first hour. Chemical plants, refineries, fertilizer factories, steel mills. Estimated deaths from explosions and toxic releases: 300 million. Minute 5. Every man working in a power plant, gone. Coal conveyors stop feeding. Gas turbines run out of fuel. Nuclear reactors start overheating. A nuclear facility in your region loses coolant pressure. The backup pumps engage, but they require manual valve adjustments every 15 minutes. The men who knew those valves are gone. The women on shift are frantically reading manuals. They have 12 minutes left. You don't know this either. You just see the lights flicker, then go out, then come back, then go out again. Your phone says, no service. The cell towers are running on batteries. They'll last 2 hours, then nothing. Minute 10. You run to the grocery store. The parking lot is a graveyard of crashed cars. A woman is sitting on the curb, staring at nothing. Her face is blank. She's holding a car seat. The car seat is empty. You keep running. Inside the store, chaos. Women are shoving each other. Cans are rolling everywhere. A teenage girl is crying because she can't find her mum. A grandmother is filling her cart with bottled water. She tells you, "My son was a truck driver. He's gone." The trucks aren't coming. You hadn't thought about that. Statistic: 90% of the world's long-haul truck drivers were men. Within 1 hour, the global supply chain stopped completely. No food deliveries, no medicine deliveries, no fuel deliveries. Every grocery store on Earth has exactly what's on the shelves. Nothing more.
The regret.
Hours later. You don't know how many. You're back in your house. It's dark. The power died 2 hours ago. The water stopped an hour after that. You're sitting on the floor of your kitchen, trying to open a can of beans with a screwdriver and a hammer. You're crying. Not because you're sad, because you're furious. At yourself. You remember last year. Your husband. The man whose side of the bed is still warm, whose coffee is still steaming, tried to teach you how to use the generator. The one in the garage. The one that would be keeping your lights on right now. He said, just in case, you should know how to start it. You laughed. You said, when would I ever need to start a generator? He said, you never know. You rolled your eyes. You walked away. You went back to your phone. He tried again with the furnace, with the circuit breaker, with the tire iron. Every time you dismissed him. Every time you made him feel small for caring. Every time you thought, I don't need a man to teach me things, but you never learned. You never asked. You never tried, because somewhere inside you, you believed a man would always be there to do it for you. And now he's not. Statistic. In the first 24 hours, 2.3 billion women found themselves unable to perform basic survival tasks. Starting generators, turning off gas lines, repairing broken pipes, changing flat tires. Not because they were incapable, because they had never been taught, because they had refused to learn, because they had been told and had believed that needing a man was weakness. You look at your hands, soft hands, nails that used to be painted. You've never held a wrench, you've never changed a tire, you've never turned off a gas line, and now the gas is leaking. You can smell it. Your husband showed you once, if you smell gas, turn this valve. You weren't listening. You were on your phone. You walk to the basement. You find the valve. You stare at it. You don't know which way to turn it. Left? Right? You guess. You turn it right. The smell gets stronger. You turned it the wrong way. You run back upstairs. You grab the little girl, the one from the bus. She followed you home. You didn't even notice. You run outside. The house doesn't explode. Not yet, but it could, any second. You sit on the curb. The girl is crying. You're crying. And you think about every time you called a man useless. Every time you said, the world would be better without men. Every time you laughed at a man for being handy, for being strong, for being useful. You wanted a world without them. Now you have it. Your house is dark. Your water is off. Your food is running out. The cell towers are dead. The fires are getting closer. And you can't even open a can of beans. Statistic. By hour 12, an estimated 500 million women had died from preventable causes. Dehydration, carbon monoxide poisoning, gas leaks, untreated injuries, things a man could have fixed in 5 minutes, things their husbands had offered to teach them, things they had declined to learn. Congratulations, you beat the patriarchy. Now you get to freeze in the dark.
The peak of chaos.
Hour 6. The fires are spreading. No one is fighting them. Most firefighters were men. The ones left are overwhelmed. A wildfire jumps the highway and starts burning through the suburbs. You can see the glow from your street. Hour 12. The looting starts. Not organized, desperate. Women breaking into pharmacies for insulin, breaking into hardware stores for flashlights, breaking into gun stores for protection. A woman walks past you carrying a flat-screen TV. You want to scream at her. There's no power. What are you going to do with that? But you don't, because you're too tired. Hour 18. The hospitals collapse. Most doctors were men. The nurses, mostly women, are trying to keep people alive, but they're running out of supplies, running out of antibiotics, running out of time. You hear a woman giving birth in a church parking lot. She's screaming. There's no one to help her. The baby is breech. You don't know what that means. You can't help. You walk away. Hour 24. The sun rises. You're sitting on the roof of your house. The fires are still burning. The sky is grey with smoke. The city is dark. You look at your hands. Still soft. Still useless. The little girl is asleep next to you. She stopped asking for her dad. She stopped talking at all. You think about the statistic you heard on a dying radio broadcast, right before the static took over. Global population before the event, 8 billion. Global population now, approximately 3.2 billion. All men are gone. Most infrastructure has failed. If you're a woman reading this, learn fast. Because no one is coming to save you. The radio went dead. You sit there. The sun keeps rising. But it's not a new dawn. It's just a light to see the end by. You close your eyes. And for the first time in your life, you wish you had listened.